Michael, it was a busy weekend, wasn't it, for the club, both on and off the pitch? We'll get to the off the pitch stuff later, but what do you make of it? On reflection, you've had a couple of hours to think about it.
Yeah, I thought, like I thought afterwards, really, I was frustrated with certain aspects of the games, but I think in the end it's a good point for our lads, and to see it to get a point, if you like. I thought actually we could have held out a little bit longer and maybe got 3 points, but I thought the first 30 minutes of the game we were really good. We had control, and then obviously the red card changes the game, and we have to be better on that. We have to react quicker in that moment, but I still believe what I said on the day is crucial to that game.
Let's have a look then at the EFL Cup, a tournament that Riley was just saying there's a realistic chance for Lincoln City to get to Wembley, and a tournament I imagine you're targeting.
Yeah, we have this season already, all the cups in the Carabao in the first 2 stages. We want to put a team out there that's competitive. I think there's slight change in this is the group stages, so it's probably going to give me the opportunity to rest some legs that are much needed. There's some lads that have gone game after game after game, so there will be changes, but we think there'll be a team out there that can get the 3 points in this game.
And you're able to do, like we saw with the bench at the weekend, some squad rotation, chance to get some of the new boys some minutes as well.
Yeah, it has to be, because if you don't give them in this stage of this competition, then I don't know when you do in the course of a season. So it gives an opportunities for some of the lads that are, chomping at the bit, if you like, and then gives some opportunities for some of the new players, new people in signings to come and be part of the group straight away.
And Notts County, what do you make of them as a team?
Growing all the time. We've watched a couple of games live this season because it's down the road from a couple of coaches and myself, so they're slowly getting up to speed. I think they started a bit slow, but they look a lot better at the moment. But again, you can't really second guess the teams in this competition so early, because quite a few managers sometimes make changes, so we'll see. But they want to dominate the ball, they want to be good with the ball, but again, we're at home and we want to make sure we keep our unbeaten record going at home.
You mentioned the group stage format. How does that impact your thinking going into this? Is it just you want to win all 3, or is it a chance to just kind of ease some players into it?
I think you've got to get the balance right. You've got to get the balance. We want to win the game. We want to move forward in the competition. We want to get 3 points on the board straight away, because obviously the other teams, our competition can be quite strong in our league. So it's about balance for me. Of course we want to win, and of course we want to get off in the right starts. And you can get through this competition quickly if you get 2 wins in the start. 6 points after 2 games is a really good start in this competition, and it can ease up later. But with the congestion we've had with fixtures and Saturday, Tuesday, and the squad, the depth that we've had, I think it's a good time to look at some other players.
It's been a very busy transfer deadline day for the Imps. Not the way that I suppose managers want to go about it, but that's the way it's fallen.
Yeah, it's been crazy. It's been busy, but we've been in full control, all the time. I know it looks like it's all been done, if you like, on this day, but it's not. It's just taken to this time to get it done. So, but always as things happen, it takes a bit of time for movement, ins, outs, whatever it's going to be at different clubs and our clubs, if you like, the chain of the transfer window. But yeah, we're really pleased about what we've done, and like I've always said, we wanted to add to the depth of this group. I've been really happy with the squad up to now. Everybody in the group's really helped us, but we just wanted to add some depth and quality to the group.
We'll talk about specific players, but like you say, you've been in full control this whole time. What does that look like internally? Because obviously we don't see that on the outside, or fans might not see that, but these deals happen over weeks, don't they? Not just hours.
Yeah, the JS works really hard, and the recruitment team work really hard to have our lists, and we have our target list. We have everything in processes wise, and we've been have lots of irons in fires in a stage ready to execute. But you also have to accept that the players that we're trying to sign have, if you like, decisions to make, and the clubs, if they're coming from a club, have a decision to make. So it takes a bit of time sometimes, but it seems to always speed up over this weekend. But yeah, we're quite happy. No, we're really happy with the work that we've done.
Let's start with the outgoing, and then Zane on loan. Is that just to get some game time, some experience into him?
Yeah, you know how much I like Zane, how much I think he's going to be a huge talent for the club. I think he's a superb young man, but we thought it was in his best interest and our best interest to go and get him some senior football more often, and he's going to go and do that in Northern Ireland, which is a great move for him. And we've got a recall in Jan, so it's a great exposure for him. But we want him to get more consistent football than he's probably going to get here with us bringing in more attackers into the building. He was probably going to get less out of all the groups, so making sure that his pathway is right is really important for us, and I think he'll come back a lot stronger player for it.
What was the decision there to send him to Northern Ireland versus like a lower English team? Was it just weighing up the options you had on the table?
Just the options really. I think it can be, he can go into a lower team here, and I think because of his profile, his nature could get lost in the game a little bit. I think depending where he goes will help him with his progression. So we always have to be careful with the young players in the building, how we get the right move for them. So I think this is a better move for Zane in terms of his pathway and his progression than maybe going to a more local team.
We'll start with the incomers and the permanent one. Adam Reach, you've got your left back, but a very versatile left back at that.
Yeah, we've had to wait for a while, as everybody knows. But when we knew a few weeks ago, quite some time ago, that Adam Reach could be available or could come available, in part of our targets, we thought if we could add him to the group, it'd be great. His experience is unquestionable, his quality is unquestionable, and as you know, he's more of like an attacking left back. And we have Riley in the building, who I think has done tremendously well, being that more solid left back, defensive left back in that sense. So it gives us some good options out there. Without him coming in, it just feels like it fits that jigsaw really well.
As you mentioned, he's got that experience. He also doesn't score sitters apparently. We're looking at some of his highlights. He scores from quite far out.
Yeah, and another part of the attraction for Adam is we know he's played left back last season. We saw him, in the playoffs playing for Wickham against Charles. So he's done it at this level at left back. But the other thing is he can do different areas of the pitch. So it's always a good situation for us as a club to have players that can do other positions as well. But ultimately, he's coming in as our left back to support Riley and challenge for that position with Riley. And hopefully, between them, they can put on a good show for us.
One coming in up front then, just in a bit. Quo, tell us a bit about him.
Yeah, this is one that we know a lot about. He brings a different profile to our front line. He was very good at Grimsby on loan last season. He's had a few injuries that he's got over, but again, it was in conversations always that we have been going with Coventry, and in the end, I'm pleased to say that Justin has sort of picked us to be the one that helps him with his next stage of his development. But I do think it's going to add a real good competitive group on that top line, and like I say, he's different to who we've got in the building. But we've got to look after him as well, because we need to take care of him with what's gone on historically with him. So it's just more firepower up there, more options up there for us to try and do what we want to do.
And with the likes of Freddie and Ben playing a bit further back than I suppose traditionally they would have done, it's an out-and-out option up front.
Yeah, it's to support Colo, who's been great for us at the start. Freddie's been great, but we've moved Freddie a bit lower. Ben is probably in his best position as a 10 for me, because he can get off the back and also like help build and good with the pressure. And as we know, Rob Shree can do the 9 and off the side. So it's more about all the options we have there. We can play 2 up top, we can change system, we can change shape. So we've got lots of options now with all of those forward-thinking players. And of course, then we've got Frankie and Eric who can come off the sides, and we've got Oscar as a new one in the building. So for me, it was about having a firepower, and I feel like now we've got some really good firepower in the building. And as people know, I like to change the front players and be aggressive, and it takes its toll on bodies. So we've now got a really positive front line. And
you've got your centre mid as well to replace the outgoing Ethan Hamilton. Finn coming into the squad. What do you make of him?
Great young player, a very tidy young player. Obviously, we've done Ivan in there as our own, and we thought the next best thing would be to help Ipswich and help Finn and be our player in there that can come and challenge for a spot. He's a very accomplished footballer. He was on loan at Sutton last season, did very well, and he's gone in and around the first team at Ipswich. And then we've managed to get him here for a season, which I think will be great for him, but also will be good for us. And again, it adds that quality and that depth to that midfield line, with obviously people like Dom Jeffries coming back and other people like that are going to add to us. I feel like once all those start coming back, we've got a really strong squad. Was
it important to find a player that wouldn't block the progress of some of the younger players like Even? Obviously, because you don't own Finn outright.
What do you mean, sorry?
As in, like, obviously, Even is your own prospect. You want to develop him because he belongs to the club, whereas Finn, obviously, is a loan player.
Yeah, I think it was really important that we make sure we have the depth in there. I think that's the first important thing. And with a player that's able to play, for me, it didn't have to be older or younger, but it's for a player that can cope at this level, and we think Finn will do that well. But the most important thing was the depth. And I think once as we've come out of the back end of the window, we thought that was the right choice to support the unit. As you know, Tom Bayliss and Conor McGrandles have been great so far, but they've played a lot of minutes. So we didn't want just anybody in the building. I think with Finn's quality and Finn's experience and his youthfulness, he'll add to that group really nice.
And overall, your transfer window, we asked this a couple of weeks ago. I suppose now your business is all done, you can reflect on it happier.
Yeah, I think we are, like I said, I think we were in control. We knew, everybody's waiting on the left back. We thought we'd get that over the line, which we have. So yeah, I think when you, like I said before, when you assess the window, you assess it on the last day.
On the deadline day, yeah.
On the deadline, not before, and I'm really pleased. I'm really pleased where we are. I'm really pleased with the group. I'm really pleased with how the lads have started the season. It's been solid. Would have been more pleased with more points from Saturday's game, because I think we deserved that with the start we had. But yeah, now it's looking forward and moving into the next phase of the season before we go through all this again in January.